All right, so boom. I just got done watching this video. Mind you, like his videos stay popping up, and I just been getting little messages surrounding like what I'm supposed to do in this life, and like the bigger picture of everything. Like, yeah, I got my own dreams in regards to what I want to do, in regards to the arts, and in regards to a multitude of different things, but one thing that I've always known that I love to do is just helping people. Like, I have, I'm healing from very anxious social anxiety. I believe it's called agoraphobia, where you just like are just afraid of being outside. Like I almost got snatched up about 3 times living in Atlanta. So it definitely added to that, even though like previously I already had like social anxiety. But slowly I feel like I've been able to like heal that through little things like taking a trip to the gas station and actually going inside of the gas station to just grab something small and going back in there, regulating myself. Another big step was like me going to Walmart after I almost got snatched up in a Walmart parking lot, like stuff like that. I keep watching this guy named Zach. He keep popping up on my For You page, and every time he pops up on my For You page, it's like, bro, I feel like that's exactly what I'm meant to do. That is exactly the position that I am being trained for, mentally, physically, spiritually, so that I can be an energetic match for abundance, to be able to help people with their own abundance. And what I mean by that is, I know I've been healing like a lot of like money wounds, a lot of money mentality. Like you'll see like a lot of structures of people when they grow up, where they live definitely adds to it, but I definitely feel like it starts within the home. Certain money mindsets that are passed down consciously or unconsciously that shape the way that we view money, how we handle our relationship with money, how we feel as though whether we are deserving or undeserving of money, and the way that that shows its ugly head through the way that we spend money, the way that we take care of ourselves in regards to money. For example, one thing that I'm realizing right now is I was not put on this earth to stress about paying for something that literally only exists physically on this earthly realm. That's not what I came down here to do. I did not come down here to be a slave to any bill. That's not what I came down here for. That's not what a lot of us come down here for. But what a lot of us end up doing is we get caught up in this mindset of survival to the point where you don't even think about thriving or what it would look like for you to thrive, right? And I know like healing my money mindset has been really big throughout the entire year of 2025, but I definitely feel it's going to be even bigger in 2026. And I feel like that preparation that I have been doing, plus like the little signs and confirmations that I've been getting through these random ass videos popping up of just people just giving to other people. There's this quote that I would hear a lot of people say of like, oh, God bless me so that I may bless other people. And I never really fully understood the depth of that until sometime this year. Like, a part of what I had to heal in regards to my money mindset was unconsciously or subconsciously assuming that every person with a large amount of money was inherently evil or was inherently a bad person. So in my head, for some reason, I associated people who had a lot of money as bad and corrupt, etc. Which, I mean, would make sense, Like, I did have my reasonings, and those reasonings were valid, but it kept me in this small box in regards to money. And you cannot align yourself with the vibrational frequency if you are suffering from a place of energetic lack. You are viewing money from a place of lack. You are viewing money from a place of, oh, money is only for the corrupt. If you have a dream to be good spirited with your money and to do what abundance was always meant to do in this life, which was to be shared, then you probably won't have much of it. And I've watched people like this guy named Zach start off with no money, start off with GoFundMes. I think he's still doing GoFundMes. He is using the hearts of the people who, even though they're probably struggling themselves, have the heart to give to others. And they are allowing him to be used as the vessel so that God may bless other people through him and what he does. Because it's not his money. It's the people's money, right? Because abundance is meant to be shared. Nobody should be out here hungry. Nobody should be out here with food insecurity. Nobody should be out here trying to figure out how they're going to pay for this and this and that, and trying to figure out whether they should pay a medical bill versus if they should feed their kids. No one should be battling, oh, am I going to feed my kids or pay rent? Nobody should have to do that, you know? And I feel like, especially with this healing of the money mindset that I have been doing, you have to be in the mindset of knowing that you will be taken care of. You have to walk in an abundance mindset of whatever I am given, I will be able to get back. So if I walk with the mindset of whatever I have, I will be able to get back, sometimes with tax, sometimes double, sometimes triple. How would I move if I knew that no matter what, I would always be provided for? I would always have money in my pocket one way or another. What would I unlock in my reality if I was able to stick to that mindset? And with me doing a lot of like healing and therapy surrounding my money mindset and like the way that I grew up and the way that I consciously and subconsciously viewed money, I feel like it's definitely put me in a position to be able to help other people. Now, it's definitely been a long time in the making. For example, I remember one of my last memories before I had those seizures. The day before, there was this man on the side of the road and his children were like sitting in the grass. And I gave him like some change that I had, but he was like, oh, like, you know, I'm so hungry. Like, me and my kids were so hungry. Can you maybe go to McDonald's? Like, you're the first person who stopped. And I was like, sure. Went down there, got them so much food. And unfortunately, I don't like doing this. It was in front of a lot of people because it was a very traffic heavy stop. But you could just see the people in their cars just looking with disgust. And it's like, bro, how can y'all do that? Like, there's such a lack of empathy in this world. There is such a lack of money mindset in this world, especially in America. And while I understand why, prices is high, minimum wage is low, I get it. A lot of people are stuck in their survival mindset. But at the end of the day, if you want better for yourself, you can't stick with the same mindset that you see everybody else has around you and see that they're not getting anywhere with it, unless you want to stay exactly where the fuck they are. And the more that I have been opening myself up to rewiring my money mindset, I have been validated through experiences and through blessings that I'm on the right track. For example, this apartment. Another really good example is my business taking off. And just putting myself out there and just being myself. Another example, which is a really good example, this lady, she inboxed me and she was like, hey, do you have Venmo? And I'm like, yeah, I do have Venmo. And this was on my business account. And I'm like, okay, like, do you want to like purchase like a service or whatever? a consultation? And she was like, no, I just really enjoy your content. You bring so much joy and light to my page. And I just wanted to show you a token of appreciation through monetary means. That helped to completely rewire my brain around money. It wasn't even the amount, even though the amount was a lot. It wasn't even the amount. It was the fact of how I got it. I got it by simply being myself, not expecting it, but expecting to be provided for, and knowing that I am inherently abundant. I don't have to chase abundance. I don't have to chase wealth. I don't have to chase security. All I have to do is let it come to me and continue to be myself. And it'll come to me. And that had happened the week that I had like this major breakthrough in my healing of the money mindset. And that just confirmed everything for me. Because I was in a state of like, oh my God, I'm so abundant. I found myself making even more content on my social media platforms in a way where you could tell that I was very free, that I was very unrestricted, and that I was very happy. And that vibration that I was carrying, not expecting anything from it, got me money that I got to pay for groceries. You know what I'm saying? That is what happens when you heal your money mindset. And that's the type of timing that I'm on. And I know the bigger that I get, the more I'm going to be placed in positions to help people. For example, there's this guy that I seen not too long ago. He paints for a living. He is currently houseless, but he paints outside and just talks to people. And he's so sweet. I was thinking about how I wanted to get him maybe some new art supplies and stuff like that. Excuse me. And just be able to bless him in that way. And I don't feel like he hasn't left my mind for no reason. I definitely feel like we were meant to cross paths, and I was meant to be a vessel to bless him the way that he was always meant to be blessed, you know? And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. But the more I heal this abundance mindset, the more the world just opens up for me. And I just can't wait to do it on a grand level, because Zach be giving people cars. Zach be giving people new homes that's completely furnished. Zach be giving people 8 job acceptance letters to people who is looking for work. He has been such a blessing to people. And he does it in a way where he knows how to sift out the people who really deserve it. Like he does like these, I don't want to say skits, but like he'll pretend that his leg is broken, or he'll pretend to be blind and just ask people for assistance, you know, like, will you help me? You know, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people that be like, yo, get the fuck out my face. I ain't got nothing for you. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there like that. But he always finds the person who needs it the most. And the people who have needed the most, at least from what I've seen from his videos, they're always willing to give. And I promise you, here's the thing. When you give, when you don't have it, you open yourself up to abundance. But it also matters about the mindset of which you give it to. For example, I know this one lady that I seen in one of his videos. It was a gas station. And she didn't really have a lot of money to get herself some gas, but Zach had came up and asked her for some gas. And Zach had asked her like, hey, like, why did you help me? And she was like, oh, like, you know, like you were somebody who needed help and I wanted to help you. I looked at you and I could tell you really needed help. So here you go. And then she got the perfect blessing. Apparently she was a gospel singer, and her dream was to record. And she got blessed by T Grizzly, who is a recording artist, which I think is so cool, you know? Like, it was just so aligned, and it's not fake. The GoFundMes are not fake. The lives that he touches are not fake. And the more, mind you, I don't even follow Zach because I really want, whenever I see his videos, for it to be aligned for me to see it. So me knowing that these are like little confirmations that I'm getting of where I'm headed, I can't wait to be a blessing to people the way I really, really want to. But until then, I am really cool with getting that cool man some art supplies and maybe some other stuff that he needs. Because at the end of the day, abundance is a frequency. Abundance is about more than money. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. Hell, some rich people don't even understand that. That's why it's a lot of rich motherfuckers out here broke as hell in spirit. But I've just been sitting with this for a while of, bro, I cannot wait to be in that position, because it's not even a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. Especially because with this abundance mindset, I know I'm not meant to work no 9-to-5 ass job. Every time I've worked a 9-to-5, it's always went to shit. That is not a diss on my end. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with me, especially the way that people have tried to make it seem like there's something wrong with me. That just means that not only is my path different, but I have always been meant for more. There's a reason why my voice, the same voice that so many people have tried to take away, so many people have tried to demonize, so many people have tried to shame, that same voice has been what has been a blessing to others. That same voice has been something that not only liberates me, but liberates others as well. There's a reason why when I speak in a room, the room gets quiet. My voice carries activations of the heart, activations of the mind. It moves something in people that is pure and that allows them to go off into their own lives and make changes that they need to make, see things from a wider perspective. And that's what happens when your gift is meant to do something that's so large, because that's a really large gift. That's a really large destiny to have, to be able to affect people in such major ways with your voice. And then for me to have experienced my entire life through the environments that I was in, where my voice was not valued. My voice was only valued if I dimmed my light. My voice was only valued if I said the right things, which was things to please their ego, or to make them feel good about themselves, but not the truth, not my truth. That was never anything good. And at first, I had to do a lot of inner work surrounding the value of my voice, how I seen my voice, how I viewed my voice, because even though I knew that there was something special about my voice, when damn near everything and everyone that you're surrounded by is telling you something different, especially when their brains are like this fucking small, it's really easy to be gaslighted into believing that is the truth. And it really takes for you to really dig deep and figure out who you are on your own terms. It really takes finding people who align with you and your story, so that you can be validated, so that you know you aren't crazy, that you know you aren't too much, that you know you aren't the problem. Okay? It really takes a drive to discover that and find that for yourself. At least that's what it did for me. That's what it took for me to really step into your purpose and to be so rooted in your purpose that even if you don't see the blessings that are over your life, because they're connected to so many other people's blessings through whatever avenue that it is, my music, my business, whatever, or just like my philanthropy, whatever avenue that is in, having a destiny that regards touching people, that regards shifting people's mindsets in which they actually start to believe in themselves, right? Opening up their mindsets to more. And, you know, it's very different. I'm not trying to get you to believe anything that is my personal beliefs. However, at the same time, I will gaslight you into believing in yourself. I will push you to be the greatest version of yourself. Even if the greatest version of yourself consists of maybe morals and values that don't align with me personally, as long as you are being authentic to yourself and you're not letting anybody persuade you anywhere else, and as long as you're not hurting anybody in the process, I'm good with that. As long as you're being authentically yourself. That's all that someone like me could ask for. And that within itself is a type of abundance, an abundance of authenticity, an abundance of safety to be able to nurture your own being, who you were always supposed to be. Because a lot of us did not have that. A lot of us had to find that for ourselves. Some of us have not even made it that far to even understand that it is something that we have to find for ourselves. And that it might be a very hard road to find, but it's doable. And I don't know, I just be thinking about, man, I can't wait to help single moms. I can't wait to help eldest daughters that may not have the funds to move out of toxic households. I've always had that dream. I remember growing up and being like, one day I'm gonna start a charity or a giveaway where I'll have people come in and write essays and send them to me about how they grew up and what it would mean for them to be able to have a place of their own, what type of healing they will be able to do, what generational curses they will be able to break if they just had the space to just be first, to feel safe, to regulate their nervous system first, and then pick the one that moves me the most, or a few of them, if I got it like that moves me the most, and just have people believe in miracles. Have people believe in something bigger than themselves again. To have people believe in actual God energy. And when I say God energy, I know a lot of people might see it in a different perspective, but God energy is the life force that allows me to be conscious and aware and talk to you like this. It is what makes up the very fabric of this universe, this house, the grass, the trees, everything. There is nothing that is not connected to God source energy. And I want people to believe in the magic of that again. Or if they never did, to believe in it for the first time. As long as they open up their minds to the possibility of it, And if their minds aren't already open, hopefully I could be the vessel in which they open up their mind to it, But yeah, I literally just got done watching one of his videos and I was just boo-hoo crying like, bro, I cannot wait to do that. It's not even I wish I could do that. Nah, it's a matter of time. I cannot wait to do it on the level that he does it. And because of that, I'm gonna get off here and get back to work on what the fuck I'm working on. So, yeah.